Hi guys, Larissa here with May Arts Ribbon, and today I wanted to share some fun little gift card ideas using May Arts ribbon, lace, some rickrack, and some burlap twine, and then also some stuff from Jenny Bolin and a new company that I stumbled across, W+9. So we're going to get started and we're going to make this cute little card first. First I wanted to share with you the W+9 stamps. This was a new release for them this month. And then there's this cute little stamp set. It's a friend stamp set, and you also can get a set of dies that correlate with the stamp set, and this is the Folk Art Florals dies. You get a little birdhouse, some greenery, and then you get these cute little birds. And I wanted to see if I could use these cute little die cuts on my May Arts ribbon instead of using it just on paper like we usually do. So what I've done is I've taken the little bird and I've taken a little piece of the May Arts new burlap ribbon, and this has kind of a pink and white stitching. I love it. And you can see when you place the die on and run it through your machine, and I have a Sizzix machine, and I just ran it right through, centered it on my ribbon and ran it right through, that you actually get kind of a little embossed area around the die cut. And so I thought that was really, really neat. So I wanted to share with you the ribbon that I've used is 4061517. And then I'm also going to use some May Arts lace, and this is a pink lace, crocheted lace, and this is NP17. And we're actually going to back this behind the little bird cutout, and we're going to use some fabric glue plus some pop dots, and you can either use foam tape or foam dots, or you can use glue dots, and I happen to have the 3D glue dots on hand, so that's what I'm going to use today. But you're just going to glue the lace right back behind, and then before we get moved any further, I wanted to add a little eye. So I'm actually going to use the Imaginesse Hot Set tool, and then one of the gold glitter little pieces for the eye. And these things are super, super small. You can see that little dot. That's how small they are, but I think it adds a fun little touch. And so I'm actually just going to use the little tool and set that right onto the lace. And when I first tried this, I was a little worried, and you just push the little button here to get it to come on, and you can see the red light, that it might burn my lace because this end gets super, super hot. But actually it doesn't burn it at all. So I thought that was super, super cool. So I'm just going to add this right onto the lace, and it only takes a couple seconds for this to get hot and for it to set on there. And then you have a cute, cute little bird with the little eye. So I think that just is so neat. And then the little cutout piece that we got from the little bird looks like this when it gets cut out of the, and it has a little wing heart, little heart wing shape. And I'm actually going to glue this right to the cutout. So that you can see that it has a little wing. I'm going to turn this around so I can see here. And I'm just going to set that right on top of there. Well, or not. Okay, well, I actually ended up ripping it apart, so I guess we won't use it. And next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the little bird from the stamp set, and I'm going to stamp it right on our card base here. And I'm just going to use Jet Black Archival ink. And the reason I wanted to do this was this first card that I did, I didn't think that it had very much dimension, and I wanted it to show up a little more. So we're actually just going to take this little piece, and I'm going to add this right to my little piece right here, so that when we set the lace over top, it'll bring out the shape of the bird a little more. And for my little piece, I've cut a 2 1/4 inch strip piece of paper, and I've used the Jenny Bolin punch. And this is one of her new punch ticket punches, and I've just ran it through on one side and then flipped it over and punched it on the other side. And again, this is a 2 1/4 inch strip in order to get it to be a nice border for our card. And so now I'm just going to glue this right down to the center of my card. And we're actually going to add a little sentiment down at the bottom of the card, so I want to leave that little space down there. And we're actually just going to do, I think on this one, we'll use one of the Easter sets. So I think I'm actually going to just do the Happy Spring right here. And we'll stamp this up, or ink this up, and we'll add that right to the bottom of our card. And then we can add and we'll just add this, stamp this right down at the bottom of the card here. I love these stamps. I love the fonts and everything. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add the 3D dots. And I just have these 3D dots here. So I'm just going to add those right to the 4 corners of our ribbon piece. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want some dimension and some interest. You'll see on my first card that I created, it's really flat, and I'll show you in just a second here. And then we'll layer this right over our bird, our stamped bird image. We'll center that right on our card here. Oops. And I love the way that the 3D dimension of that. And on our first card, you'll see either way looks beautiful, but you'll see on the first card, without it being stamped and just the lace, you get 2 different looks depending on how you do it. And if you wanted, you could do a brown ink as well. And then we're just going to add our Rick Rack, and this is number ARR17. This is just a pink Rick Rack, and we're just going to glue this right down. And we'll just add that right on top of the burlap ribbon down at the bottom here. And then we can wrap our twine around. And I'm just going to take about 18 inches of twine here, and we'll just wrap this right around the bottom of the card. On the first one, I just wrapped it around the little pocket, or the little centerpiece. And on this one, I thought it would be fun to wrap it around the whole base of the card, just to give you some options on ways that you can alter and different ways that you can use the same products. So we'll just add a bow. And then I have a button that I've grabbed from my stash, and I've just used the twine and put it right through, and we're just going to glue that and put that right down in the center on top of the bow. And we'll just add that right down there. And then we'll just take our scissors and cut off the excess. And there you can see we have a super cute little Happy Spring gift card that you can add to any gift that you want to give. And again, there are the differences between the two. So tons of fun things that you can do. The next one that we're going to do is this little baby gift card. And the same thing, I've cut a gift or a craft base to start out with, and the craft it's just a 3x3, and then I went ahead and inked the edges with a light tan. And for this card, again, I've used the Jenny Bolin ticket, and I've roughed up the edges with my scissors. And I've used 4 of the little sections instead of 3 on the other one. And then instead of cutting it out on the ribbon, I cut the image out of white cardstock, and I'm going to use some of our pleated ribbon, and this is 3791531, and I'm going to put that right behind the image. On this card, I showed that you can put lace on top of that, and this is the lace that I've used, which is NP09, and then you would just cut a little strip and add that right over the gray if you wanted to do that, or I'm going to show you today just how to use just the plain gray with the pleating. So again, we're just going to add some glue right to our die cut image here, and we're going to attach it right to our lace, or our pleated ribbons rather. And I am just going to line this up with the line of the ribbon to make it so that it's straight across the body. And you can see that's what you end up with, and I love the dimension of the pleats on the bird. It gives it a lot of added texture. And again, I've added a little gem. I've added a little blue one this time. And again, we're going to do 3D pop dots to pop this up from the card. So we're just going to add that right to the 4 corners of our little die cut shape here. And then we're going to use some yellow rickrack, and again some of the SM09 burlap ribbon, and I'm just going to center that right onto our little die cut there. And then we're going to take the little yellow rickrack ribbon, and we're just going to put it across the bottom of the white cardstock. So I'm just going to glue that right to the bottom of our yellow cardstock. Got a little bit of glue, and the thing I love about this glue is once it's dried, you can take a pin back in there and get that out. Then we're just going to take our SM09 burlap ribbon, and we're going to tie this around the bottom of our yellow little piece, and then we'll tie this in a bow. And then we can add our button right to the top of that. And then I've used some Bella Boulevard stickers to spell little one. But if you have a stamp, you could do a stamp, or you could use other stickers, whatever you have lying around that you want to use. I liked that the stickers matched the gray of the pleated ribbon. So that's why I went with those. And then we'll add our button right to the center. We'll cut off the little edges here. And for this one, I am going to do a stamp at the bottom, and I think I'm going to do a Happy Easter stamp. So I'm just going to ink up my stamp. And I'll put that down at the bottom of my card. And that way we'll have 2 little gift tags, 2 little gift cards to send with our gifts. Just add that right to the bottom, and we'll add this right to the base, and we will have some really fun little gift cards for any occasion using your May Arts ribbon and your die cuts and your stamps. Oops, I forgot to add the little wing. And I love the idea of using your die cuts on your ribbon. I just think that makes for a super, super, super fun embellishment. And when you look at it, you wouldn't believe that you did that with ribbon. So anyway, there are the 2 different takes on the similar card. And here are the other 2. And thank you so much for stopping by May Arts Ribbon today. I hope you check out all the other inspiration and come back and visit us again. Thanks so much and have a fabulous, fabulous day. You can find us at mayartsribbon.com/blog. Thanks so much.